Hey everyone, it is Robyn Ellis coming to you from my home studio here in Budrum on the Sunshine Coast with the January energy reading. I am a little bit later this year because I've decided to film it when I've got back to work rather than on my break. And as per my liking, I prefer not to pre-record what I'm feeling for the month. This may change. Just because I like to get right into the energy of the month when I am actually doing the reading. So today is January the 8th and it is around 2:26 p.m. in the afternoon as I begin this recording. So how was your Christmas? How was your Christmas? I was listening to, in preparation for this, my reading from December. I didn't listen to the whole end of it, but I got the gist of the whole inner child work feeling that I was getting and looking at what it is that we loved to do as a child. And for me, what happened with December was it was quite an unanticipated, quiet month on the front of my healing business. Sensationally quiet, actually, would be the word I would term for it. So I decided to shut down social media around just before Christmas for a couple of weeks and not look at it until, well, it was today, but I did look at it a couple of times over the past week. I wanted to gauge what it is that I'm here to do and who I'm here to serve better, and why was it quiet for me over Christmas? What was it that I was needing to hear, learn, understand about myself, about what it is I'm here to do and who I'm here to be? And it hurts my head just talking about it, as if to say, like, maybe don't talk about it, but do. At the same time, because that's who I am, at the same time, like, I'm feeling like there's a lot of learning to channel intuitively, understanding who my guides are better and how to connect with them, as well as really trusting my own way over the way that I'm told to do things or others share to do things. Part of why I wanted to turn off social media was I was feeling like it was a big stream of advertising. Everyone wanting me to buy into what they were doing, and it's probably because of the feed that I've created for myself as well. The people that I follow are also, possibly like you and I, also doing this work and using it as a business stream of income as well. Being the healers that we are, like we're wanting to, be that alternative to the general way that we would go and seek help when we're not feeling right and feeling well and seeking counsel and healing. Particularly those of us with chronic conditions, which is how I came to be here in this space. Hence the medical medium information there, which I feel like there is going to be more of me tuning into that moving forward. The other thing that happened for me, and this is more of an update than an energy reading for you guys at the moment, just to understand where I'm coming from and where my energy is at right now. And it's still calibrating. Honestly, it is still calibrating. I went through a lot of declutter, still going through a bit of it, and realizing the trauma of all the traumas in my life, the subtle traumas. We don't always have some big thing happen to us. This is where I'm coming from. We don't need to have some sort of big thing happen to us that's like, devastatingly huge. I won't like list of lists of things. You can just imagine. To have experienced trauma. Some of us are sensitive souls. Empaths, I've talked about this before too, and we may have come into this world as these little bright lights, not remembering our soul's path and who we were meant, or the life that we're meant to live in this lifetime and the lessons we're meant to learn. And what I've come to notice is a lot of the wounding of just experience at a young age with school and other children at school, and how it can be in the playground, in the classroom. And in the 80s, it wasn't what it is today, with the, taking care of the sensitivities and the emotional, needs of kids. I noticed I went through a whole bunch of old schoolwork from being a child, and I noticed a whole bunch of stuff about that wasn't really corrected in my work. So, I'm being raw here. Don't know if it's the right thing to do. Is it the right thing to do? It's like a yes and a no. On the one hand, yes, because that's who I am, a sharer, and wanting people to understand and relate. On the other hand, it's a no, because it's a bit of TMI. But what I noticed, and I'm still obviously clearing it for myself, was that at an early age, the poverty mindset that I developed, the victim mindset that I developed, the trying to speak up but not being heard fully or acknowledged fully part of me that cries for help, that seemed to somewhat be acknowledged but not. It was the 80s. It was a different time. I wasn't obviously one of those kids that was tough and just, dusted herself off and got up off the floor and kept going. I just quietly cried in my own space in the quiet time and internalized a lot of things. And in so doing, suppressed a lot of my light and my confidence and my belief in creation and being able to build my life dreams. I was a dreamer, and I didn't have that confidence to pursue a lot of dreams. I did attempt in a lot of ways to do so in my adult life when I look back and look at now, but there's still that lingering inner child healing that I'm still doing, and I mentioned it in the December reading. So it feels like it's something that's been poking at me. It's something that maybe a lot of us have layers of healing to do with over the coming year. And maybe that's what I'm here to do. A lot of what we discover as healers is to recognize part of our own journeys, stepping stones to helping others. So our hard times, challenges that we need to navigate in our life, to learn how to do that so that we can help others do the same. Others who might be just waking up to the fact that they have that going on too, and that maybe this is why they haven't been able to do such and such a thing in their life, no matter how hard they've tried. Like for me, it's the financial side of things and the creation of being able to finish the job on things that I start. And that's a confidence thing that has stemmed from way back when I was smaller. Probably around, I would say, the age of 7, 8 years old. And I noticed, looking at my history, that seemed to be the place where it really started to kick in. And at such a formative age, they say that from the age of 0 to 7 are our most formative years. And a lot did happen in that time to me and around me, I suppose, in some respects. But it was a lot of good stuff, more so than the negative. But then as I grew, sensitive me found it more hard to navigate confident things in her life. And that's no fault of our own. That's our soul journey. That's who our character is. And we can overcome it by noticing it and healing it and forgiving it and working with that energy, and recognizing it for what it is and saying it's okay. We're here now. We can overcome this, and working out how. Anyway, I'm going to call on the Archangel Metatron card deck for some guidance there on this month of January and this energy and what I've talked about so far. Ooh, as I drop my pen. We have a new moon coming up this week on the 11th, Thursday. New moon in Capricorn. Balance between responsibilities. Sometimes that can stem from childhood wounding as well, how we do that. So we've got to go with the flow, paddle on, as the card suggests. And I'm not going to read all the message in this one. We're just going to look at the card message and we're going to take what we get from this card, knowing that we've used this deck, if you've been following me for a while, for quite some time. And someone was talking about that today with regards to pillars of business, pillars of life, setting them up, and then like if you don't have your goals set up straight clearly right now, maybe set up your pillars, the core structure of what it is that you're here doing, whether you are in business, whether you are running a household, whether you are creating something, having that foundation. That's been another thing that's felt like a strong message the past weeks, is building the foundations right now so that we can just flow with what's going on, surf the waves that are going on right now. And they are waves going on right now that are huge waves. 1 minute you think, like last night as an example, I went to bed and I could not sleep. I was up until 1 a.m, 2 a.m. I could not sleep. I'm feeling a little tired in this video this afternoon because of that. I had to just go with the flow and, get up and do a little bit of study and do some work on myself in that time, so I wasn't just sitting there tossing and turning and berating the fact that it's bedtime, I'm supposed to be sleeping right now. I went with the flow and I paddled on the best I could in the energy that it was this morning. And I've paddled on through the day in the energy that is today. And I've got, my list of things that I want to achieve and want to have a go at, and I'm just taking it one step at a time, building my foundations, starting my first day back in my business today for the new year of 2024. So going with the flow is just having your foundations, knowing that you've set your foundations, you've set your intentions, and then whatever the energy is, you will just flow with that and surf the currents, surf the waves. You've got simplicity as well in this card as well. The simplicity of just a boat and an oar and yourself and the water. Keeping it simple as well is also very important at this point in time. Overcomplicating things makes it really hard to flow, I find. Let me know. Do you find the same thing? So, yeah, that's what I'm getting from that. And we'll also pull a card from the Christ Consciousness deck as well. I'll probably read the cards from Christ Consciousness. I'm not going to use the sprays. I'm just going to invoke that Jesus is with us for this message. And we've got song, celebrate and express yourself, coming out of, and I take that as, even without reading the card, that's like we're looking at the Indigenous person playing the drum here, and the fact that the birds and the rainbow colours and the sounds of the song and the joy in song and music and in sound is there. We are discovering and rediscovering who our true soul being is I know that's what I've been doing a lot of work with over Christmas for myself, like I've described. So you might be getting a lot of inclination, a lot of information, and a lot of aha moments as to what you enjoy doing and what your voice is and who you are authentically and what you're wanting to be putting out there. What you want in your year to be like. How you want your home to be. This is all your song. Let's just read the message and see whether that is what we're channeling here through the Christ energy. Card number 52, just to finish it out. Open your ears to hear God's voice around you. From the children's chatter on the school bus to the rain on the window, the cat's purr, a favourite band and a baby's laughter. The world is full of sound and melody, and we grew up with many types, from hymns to gospel renditions, psalms and choral wonders, to the chanting of Buddhist monks and the drumbeat of Indigenous cultures. Song is a way of uniting us and a way to honour traditions, our history and our culture, as well as birthing new paradigms and expressing a time. As we move into the golden age, music can help us, or help walk us there with new frequencies, vibrations, symphonies and more. Music's purpose is to raise our vibration, helping us express our feelings and mood, and in holy practice, lifting reverence to heaven as a gift of thanks for all that we have. So play music. Today, the inclusion of song and music will lift your soul, raise a smile, help your feet move and help your tears fall, whether in sadness, joy or any other emotion. This is a gift. This is what the card is telling us to do to help us shift this stuff that's coming up with us. Just as the parent soothes the child with a lullaby, you too can soothe yourself via the power of song, which can transport you back to happier bygone times and nourish and replenish you as good memories do. You were given a voice to use, so be proud of it. Sing, hum, sense the timbre of your voice, the unique way it sounds, your accent and how you string words together are beautiful to God, who loves to hear it. The sounds of melodies, drum beats, percussion, gentle bells, and the piano's majestic chords all enrich our time here on earth. Taking up an instrument can also can be fun and educational at this time. Birthing new languages made up of chords, notes, and quavers, stimulating our minds and moving us into new talents, hobbies, or even a career. Everyone can learn, since rhythm is inbuilt within you. You don't need a qualification to pick up a drum or strum a guitar, so have fun learning and explore your connection to music, as well as moving your body to its beat and rhythm. Music has weaved itself through all of time and was cherished and honoured in ancient cultures as well as now, to help heal, celebrate, mourn, ward off bad energies, and mark the seasons and cycles of life. When was the last time you sang or listened to a piece of music that stirred your soul and shifted the energy within you to be inspired and move? Today, listen to what you enjoy, participate and notice the creation of sound, from wind chimes at the window to humming a tune in the shower, to the clatter of pots and pans in the kitchen and the noise of a household waking up and going about the day. Music can bring happiness into an empty room, be company if alone, change mood, contribute to the party or gathering, and create ambience and atmosphere to lift frequency and bring you closer to God. Enjoy all expressions and manifestations of it. This may be a time to go and hear live music, book tickets to the opera, sit in a bar with a live jazz band, or hear the percussion band playing as they march. The sounds of the universe are beautiful to behold and one of God's gifts to us. Enjoy exploring all forms today. And as I was reading that, it was reminding me of something I found in one of my journals from primary school, and it was saying how I sing so loud. I am so loud, I sing so loud. I used to love to pop on the headphones and just sing like no one was listening. So here we have this month's cards. So we've got Go with the Flow, paddle on, and song. Celebrate and express yourself. So play your music. Play that music. Sing your voice. Sing with your voice. And listen to the sounds of song. I'm hearing the birds right now. I don't know if you can hear them in the background. That is also music to my ears. I've got the feathers on today from Crystal D, the Sunshine Coast. So yeah, that is what's going to help us through the energy of January. The energy of January can be intense. It can feel in slow motion. It can feel sped up. It can feel triggering. It can feel tiring, exhausting, all the feels. So yeah, we've still got some energy to push through, guys. And music is going to help us through the way. So sing and put on the stereo and listen loud and dance around the house and do the things that light you up and bring through those memories and that beautiful vibrational energy that you really want to feel. Even frequency music I find is really good to have. So I feel like that's what I'm going to do after this, because I am feeling tired from as you can see, my eyes are drooping from the late night sleeplessness that I had this evening on the 8th of January 2024. I nearly said 23. I'm back open. I'm ready for business. I'm ready to help shift those layers and help you to release that which is no longer serving your higher self. That which is causing you chronic pain or discomfort. That which is keeping you stuck and blocked. I'm here for you. By a distance, if you're anywhere in the world, provided you understand my English and my voice, that'll work. And also here in person in Buderim on the Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia. You can book your services via inspiredrobyn.com/services. I will be editing this very shortly, but it's all working at the moment. So do check in there if you want to book, or send me a message here on YouTube and I can help you out. Until next month. And stay tuned on this channel because more is coming. I'm just putting the wheels in motion. And I will see you again soon. Bye for now.